This is Nyaka News, episode number 3. We're featuring Janis Simon. I'm really excited. This is one of my most favorite people in the world. She introduced me to Nyaka, to Jackson, to Uganda, and I've known her since I was 6 years old and grew up, in the Simon family, and later on through my experiences with Nyaka in Uganda. The relationship has continued in a beautiful way. Janis Simon is a massive Nyaka supporter and has traveled to Nyaka many times and has recently served as a board member and chairperson of the board, just only recently retiring from the chairperson position, but continuing on as a big Nyaka supporter. So I just wanted to give that short introduction, but mostly let Janis speak for herself and start with how you originally got involved, Janis, with Uganda, with Africa, with Jackson, with Nyaka. So I'll let you take it away. Thank you so much.
Thank you for the introduction. I love you. So my first time I went to Africa was 2009, and 2010 was the first time I went to Uganda. I went with my father on a Siegel Family Foundation site visit. We used to go visit all the places we donated to by ourselves. And why I fell in love with Nyaka was that every place we went to, the children would get dressed up, they would dance, they would do this, they would do that, but I could never reach or touch anyone. And what made Nyaka so special is that we got to sit down with the students, we got to sit down with the teachers, we started building relationships, getting to know people and connecting. And I think that's why Nyaka stayed strong in my heart. And that's why all the organizations that we had visited, I started to get involved with Nyaka.
How many years ago was that when you originally first met Jackson, went to Nyaka, got involved in Nyaka specifically?
So I went there in 2010, then I got on the Nyaka board in 2011, and there was a group of people from Aspen who are very involved in Nyaka, and I met all of them, and they're amazing women doing amazing things. They had visited Nyaka many times, and Nyaka was a very small organization then. I think at that point Jackson might have had one employee, so it was a big difference, and it was so much fun watching Nyaka grow, develop, change, and become the organization it is today. It was amazing to be part of it and to see it.
What really, kind of pops out the most of the changes that have happened for Nyaka during that time?
Well, Jackson always wanted to build a secondary school, and that was top on his priority list. We sent our children to other secondary schools in Uganda, and things weren't wonderful and the kids weren't learning, and we knew the need was great. I can't even tell you how many times he brought it to the board before it got passed, because it was a huge expense and a huge undertaking. So I was very excited that it actually happened, that I got to be there when they did the grand opening of the secondary school. The whole thing was pretty darn amazing, seeing something go from need to concept to actually happening. So nothing hit me more than going to a grandma's house and seeing how these grandmothers live. First of all, I didn't even think I could walk there without breaking my ankle. And these women walk to the water every day in these mountainous areas with no roads. And to see what these houses look like before Nyaka gives them a house, gives them a pit latrine, gives them a place to cook, it's unbelievable. So the changes in these women's lives is nothing more than miraculous, really. And to see these women making jewelry, making baskets, starting businesses, empowering them, it's a beautiful transition to watch.
Anything pop out for stories of young students that have grown up now?
Well, I was actually involved with the starting of the Sponsor Student program, which is, again, I mentioned the ladies from Aspen. It was their idea. And so obviously I sponsored students, and my student now is in vocational school. And it's been a very, very nice experience. Every time I went to Nyaka, I would see him Then I kind of felt bad for the other students. So then I decided to buy soda pop for the entire school to make sure that when I visited, everybody got a little bit of something.
We all want to see Nyaka maintain and sustain what it's doing now, and being chairperson of the board, you've been really directly involved with creating a sustainability program for the future. But just even what's your kind of dream and vision for Nyaka over the next 10 or 20 years even? What would you like to see Nyaka continue to build into?
Well, I think I'd like to see more schools and take on the Nyaka model and do things kind of the Nyaka way. I hate to sound corny, but Nyaka is a very successful model and it's doing very good stuff. And I'd love to see it expand in other places. I also, my little pet project right now is to do a special needs classroom. So I'm hoping to see that come to fruition in 2024. So that would be super cool.
I love that. And was there anything else that kind of has bubbled to mind that you'd want to share?
I love going to Nyaka. I love the people I've met there. I know you do the same thing. We communicate, we have WhatsApp, things are a lot easier nowadays. So it's lovely to stay connected. It's been a pleasure taking you, my brother there, my brother's daughter, Annie, my sister, Lisa. I've enjoyed all my trips to Nyaka. I always hope they give me so much. I always hope that I'm giving them some stuff as well.